games for a day! Yeah! With a Nintendo! The kings of heavy metal! Or maybe it's just me, CPC Gamer, and I'm going to be playing F-Zero X for you beautiful people. Now, I love this game so much you don't even know. Like, seriously, this is one of my favorite races. So, today we're going to do a GP race, and we'll be doing it on standard difficulty, for reasons that will become apparent as soon as I pick the X Cup. Now, you may be wondering, CPC Gamer, are you going to be Captain Falcon, the poster boy for this series? No. Am I going to be Gomar and Shio, the objective best characters in the game? Also no. I'm going to be Pico, because he's my favourite. Look at him. He's sponsored by the British Broadcasting Corporation. He's got to be the best. God save the Queen! Oh, and I'm going to be putting him in the blue car, because that is also the best. You gotta have a blue car. So, the reason I picked this particular setup, as opposed to the sequels, or whatever, is that in the X Cup, every track is automatically generated at random. Oh, there you go, Trish. Told you I was going to steal that word. But yeah, it's different every time, so this is going to be a test of my Twitch reactions, as opposed to me memorizing the layout. And it also has the added bonus of... great. But yeah, as you see, the track layout kind of breaks on occasion. The game draws a circuit and then makes it 4 lanes wide, no matter what the circuit actually is, which means that you'll occasionally see weird curves or impossibly sharp turns. And occasionally, the computer will make a track that its own AI can't handle, and that's when hilarity ensues. So hopefully we'll be seeing some of that. I mean, hopefully we won't see any tracks that I can't handle, because, frankly, the way I drive in this game, I don't need help wrecking my machine. I can do that all by myself. Let's... Whoa! Where'd you come from? Oh, and it looks like Gomar and Shio and Captain Falcon are going to be our rivals in this tournament. I guess that's what I get for trash-talking them. Oh, shuffles. You see what I mean about my driving in this thing? It's going to get me killed one of these days. But today was not that day, because I finished in not last place. Like, you've got to be really bad at this game to finish in last place. But the game has a steep difficulty curve, but you can pretty much always do better than 30th place McGraw over here. Who is it? Yeah, forget you, Dr. Clash. You're nothing. Although something I like about this game is the AI is randomly assigned in every iteration of every cup. Like, it's not the case that Captain Falcon always wins, because he could come in dead last next time I play. It helps to keep the scoreboard kind of varied and colourful, you know? And it also helps because the game has a huge variety of characters. Like, I'm a typical little green man alien, there's an octopus up there, you know, there's robots, there's humans, Star Fox is in the game, and there's also a ghost! Brilliant! Do you see what I mean? This game can't navigate its own tracks. That was great. Okay. Okay. Calming down. Let's go again. You see, this could work to my advantage, because if the AI falls into that trap, then I can easily win this one. Alright. Now, let's see what the results of that. Oh, wow. 23 races dropped out. Yeah, this is going to shake up the leaderboards a bit. Like, and we have 2 more passes. I could end up finishing this race by myself. As this is why I picked the X Cup. Because you're not going to see any of this kamikaze nonsense in Mute City or the Silence or whatever. This is also the video where I communicate in grunts. And it's fitting, because you have to play this game with a constant look of fury and or disgust, because the soundtrack is just amazing heavy metal. Like, if you look up the weight density chart, it goes tungsten, bismuth, gold, then the soundtrack to F-Zero X. And then Glory Hammer. And you know what? If I can knock this guy out, I will happily finish this race on my own. But I think 2 is the lowest number of races I've ever seen in this game anyway, so there's that. Nah, but sadly I could not. But I will take that, because the scoreboard is going to be all kinds of screwed up now. That was great. We should do that again sometime. Why is everyone else up here? There's only Billy and I. Oh, I get it. They must have been the last ones to crash. That was great. Okay, so let's take a look at the scoreboards, how about? I actually wonder what the rankings are going to look like. Brilliant! You know, if this were me, that is absolutely how I would sign off on that race. Like, everyone else threw themselves into the pit, so I'm going down as well. Oh, and this might be a repeat. I see that hairpin just before the finishing line. Yeah! Eat it! See, this is how I play the game. And, incidentally, how I managed to finish first in all the Master Difficulty Cups. I can't necessarily come first in every race, but I can kill the people who did. So, oh! Okay. Maybe it's kind of hard to focus on a new track and knocking everyone around and talking at the same time. I'm not great at multitasking, who knew? And who knew that roundhouse was going to pay off? That never works. And now it did. On camera! Okay, please don't crash. Everything went better than expected! See, this is something that trips me up in pretty much every single driving game I ever played. I can't get my head around the idea of taking my foot off the accelerator. Like, the accelerator is the thing that makes you go fast. That's literally what it means. Why would I not use it? Like, better cornering? Pfft, get that. See, you can win many arguments by just shrugging off going, forget that. And I really hope that callous dismissal picks up on the microphone and just redline the audio. That would make me sad. And I also hope I can pick up the rest of the pack, because, you know, I totally need to pick up the pace after being the only person to score points in the last race. Well, the only person who matters anyway. Forget you, Billy. Whoa! Okay, this game is running faster than I remember it. I'm having a little trouble compensating. See, this game's pretty good for that. That's why everything has such a low polygon count. The game doesn't need to render a great deal, so it can look as crazy as it does, and run at a smooth as silk 60 FPS from start to finish. And then I can upload it to YouTube, who will chew it up and spit it out in 30. Whoa! Nearly exploded then. Be ashamed to waste such a good start by choking on the finishing line, so maybe let's not do that. Although something I do like to do is to try and self-destruct over the finish line. It's like jumping through the Wily doors. You just have to do it when the opportunity presents itself. Okay. Okay, looks like the board's leveling itself out a bit. Oh, and of course I'm on top. For totally legitimate means. Shut up. Now, something I don't like about the X Cup, with the standard tracks that come with the game, you get a 3D mesh showing you what it looks like. And there's no such thing here. Possibly because the track doesn't exist until I pick the speed settings on my ship. Alright, can I? Yes! Oh, and a twofer! Excellent! See, I actually am kind of good at this game. Although I don't need to kill anyone and everyone who gets in my way, I just do because it's cathartic. And it's unfair, because the AI doesn't attack me. It's almost like they're focused on the racing in a racing game. Who knew? Oh, is that me fishtailing, or did someone rear-end me? No idea. Oh, but I like this skybox. See, something that F-Zero X does really well is setting up cool-looking scenery. Like, we're flying above a future city, just weaving around skyscrapers. That's great. Except for this tunnel. This is less great. And also does very funny things to the soundtrack. Which is a shame, because I love the soundtrack to this game. If you look at the history, F-Zero was kind of video gamey. AX and GX were all about acid house and techno. This is the only one in the series that's heavy metal. Oh, hello. So when somebody crashes, their body stays on the track for other people to hit. you know, people like me who are too busy talking to the internet. Why do you never talk back, internet? Well, on second thoughts, maybe let's not answer that question. Oh, look at that drift tech! That is totally cool. I totally meant to do that, malarkey. And thank you for not properly looking back for me, game. I didn't want to see if that guy was creeping up on me anyway. Although if I've been smart, there is a relative timer underneath the lap timer. Probably could have just looked at that. And wasn't there at some point during this little exercise that Captain Falcon was meant to be one of our rivals? Like, I see the friggin' Mario knockoff on the list. And he's placing pretty highly too, because the AI is just playing silly buggers today. Like, when Dan Hibiki is doing well, you know the AI is just messing around with you. Oh, now I can immediately tell you that this one is going to be either a cylinder or a tunnel. Because those are the only times the game does boring circular tracks like this one. And yeah, it's a cylinder. So expect bad things out of this one, because it's basically a test of pure driving skill and nothing else. I mean, there has to be a way to properly race on the cylinders, but nobody's explained it to me, so I just bungle on through. Although I should know better than to try and ram people. That's a good way to detach and fall to your death. Oh, and a lucky save. Another good way to detach is to be on the bottom of the cylinder when you get to the end. Because gravity comes back, and you can't drive underneath the track, so you just fall to your death. I suppose, like from a mathematical and engineering standpoint, you want to drive on the inside of the cylinder, because that's got the shortest surface area. But on the other hand, I'm defying gravity using 26th century magic, so mathematics and engineering can just go hang. And did somebody just fly off the track? Am I seeing that right? Well, there's 29 races left, and I didn't take anyone out. If I did, I'd get a shiny gold star for my efforts, so yeah, I guess they must have done. Well, enjoy that. A rare moment of the AI slipping up on a fairly sensible track. And by sensible, I also mean boring. I mean, I really don't like the cylinders, because they are a whole load of nothing. Which is a fine way of selling this video to keep people interested. But whatever, it's done now, so we can move on to the next track. And hopefully it's going to be 6 Ways Bananas. And also something weird? Yeah. Oh, also, every one of these characters has a bio page that explains their personality and backstory, like their motivations for being in the game and all. And that's odd to me, because this is a racing game. But the only thing you see of the characters is that profile picture between races. Crazy they put in so much detail. Is this another friggin' cylinder? Oh, it is. I can see it in the background. Game, you were doing so well! I mean, I don't care. Mind, this is the take I'm using, because that track where literally everyone crashed was amazing. And do you see what I mean about how to drive on these things? I can't see any other way to drive along the track here, but the AI is still spacing itself out, and I have no idea how. But beyond the obvious, it has already assigned speeds and competency to each AI before we started a bit. Whoa! Easy now. You'll have less of that. Roughhousing is only permitted when I do it, thank you very much. And again, trying to ram someone off the cylinder. Doesn't work, Andy. It has never worked, Andy. It certainly won't start now you're recording this nonsense. And I have just realized the refill station is long enough. Yeah. Well, there's a boost I'm not going to be able to make now. Because I say that, if I remember rightly, I've got such a huge lead that all I need to do is finish and I've won the tournament, so let's find out. And maybe not throw ourselves off the track. Like, reckless is one thing, suicidal is quite another. Oh, and forget you, Shadow. I'm going to be the winner. Yeah. Even though I did plow myself into the wall because I was too busy pre-gloating. Well, alrighty then. I'm going to put my controller down and then pick it back up again, actually, because you still need to tell the game to skip through this bit. And I like how, even though it's the final race, we're seeing people change positions and standings. You don't see that enough in racing games, I'll tell you that much. Alright, now I'm going to put my controller down and bask in the glory of a job well done. As we take a ride through JPEG City. A reminder of just how far we've come in the last few years. So yeah, that was F-Zero X. It's not the most graphically impressive game, even for the N64. But that's an intentional choice to make the game run faster. Like the sequel, F-Zero GX, looks a lot prettier, but it also runs a lot slower because of it. Although with that said, GX has a lot of visual effects that make the game look like it's running faster. Like you go so fast that lightning starts sparking around your car onto the track as you start smashing the atoms out of your way, you know? I don't know, I like the low poly version of the game, because it gives the option to just bolt together track pieces any which way and then suspend them in a skybox. Hence the X Cup. And the F-Zero expansion kit, which lets you build your own cars and tracks and tournaments. Actually, most of the data for the expansion kit is on the cartridge for F-Zero X, but you need the N64 disk drive to access it. And a copy of the Japanese cartridge. And pay no attention to these rotating JPEG men. You see nothing! Ah, the secrets of video games revealed. Oh, kind of speaking of, the buildings in the background are JPEGs that have been stretched up, and that's the one reason they look so blurry. Oh, and as a celebration, the N64 controller. Designed to be used by whatever weird three-handed beings that thought it'd be a good idea to own the N64. Do you know the central pillar on the N64 controller went on to become the Wii Nunchuck? You do now. And now the game fades to the windscreen and completely locks up until I hit reset. Remember when games used to do that? I do. Anyways, join us next time for something else. And until next time, goodbye.